I'm going to talk about the photosynthesis and cellular respiration and how it works. So basically, photosynthesis is the process in which plants get energy from sunlight and transform it into food. The reactants of photosynthesis is sunlight and water and carbon dioxide, and it produces out of those it produces oxygen and glucose. So I'm going to tell you the story of Eddie the electron. Eddie the electron lived in an apartment called a thylakoid. At first, Eddie was a very lazy and boring person who doesn't have much life. He just spent all his time at home and did nothing but played PS2. And then one day, a magical ray of light shined through his window, and it reached Eddie the electron. And out of a sudden, he was filled with energy, and he started jumping around and becoming hyper. And he said he has seen the light. So after the light shined through his window, he became hyper. And after he was hyper, he accidentally knocked down 2 bottles of water, and it released oxygen. One was an oxygen molecule and one was a hydrogen molecule. The oxygen molecule escaped through the window of the apartment and evaporated and vanished through the atmosphere. And now Eddie was feeling very energized, and he wants to go to a party. So he went to a party, and there was a really long line that he had to wait in. This line was called the electron transport chain. And when he finally got to the party, and then when he finally got inside the party, he was dancing, and he was in the protein pump. In there, he hooked up with a lot of hydrogen molecules, and after dancing with all of them, after dancing with one oxygen molecule, since Eddie was such a player that he dumped and ditched his date and danced with many other ones, and started dancing with all of the other hydrogen molecules. And after the party, he decides to join another party, since the one that he is currently partying at is getting boring to him. And it doesn't satisfy him enough because he's a wild party animal. So he leaves the party and joins another party in another building called the PS1. And all of the dates that got ditched by Eddie and all of the hydrogen ions got really mad. So they were not happy, and so they all rushed out and exited the place. And the thing that they exited is called the ADP synthase. And since they are so mad, they moved very fast out of it, and this causes the ADP to turn into ATP. Since of all of their fast energy, the energy now powers the ADP, and it turns them into ATP. And so now Eddie is having a lot of fun in his new party, but now he's getting tired again. So he thinks of an idea to get him back being hyper, and he opens the window to let the sunlight come in again, and it refreshes him, and he becomes all re-energized and really hyper again. But then by this time, he's sick of having parties, and he wants to do something else funner. So he decides to go to the amusement park, and he calls up one of his friends to go, and his buddies to go to the amusement park with him. So there, he takes the taxi there, and one of his close friends is with him. And after he got to the amusement park, he finds out that every single line, the amusement park was packed and all the rides were taken, but that didn't stop him, so he waited in line for the first roller coaster that he was closest to. And when it finally got to his turn, he sees a sign on it that says the full capacity of the roller coaster is 6 people per car. So, and they realize that there's 6 different cars there and rides. So, however, since all of the amusement was very packed, all of the seats were taken. All 5 of the seats were taken except for one of them. And so then they know that they can't Eddie and his friends can't sit together, so they decided that they will all have to split up from each other so they can go to the ride they want to go on. So they all split it up and they all linked up with the CO2 molecule, and then they linked up to the remaining seats of the roller coaster. And as the ride emerges, the roller coaster speeds up to a very fast speed and goes faster and faster. And it goes so fast that it breaks apart, and the whole ride breaks apart. And then now it changes from six people on 6 rides into formations of 12 cars with 3 people all on each one. Out of the roller coaster, since it swings so violently, 2 of the seats are thrown off, and they fall into someone else's amusement park where they decide to make a hot dog stand, and they don't want to come back being a roller coaster. And since the ride is going so fast, now instead of 12 out of 12 rides and 3 people on each, since 2 fall off, there is now 10 people and 10 rides and 3 people on each. But the roller coaster keeps on speeding up since it's getting to the end of it. And then all of the atoms are very compact, and all the people are compact and placed tightly together. And now the 10 rides of 3 transform into each 6 cars of 5 again, which is back to where they started from and where they can restart the cycle. And this routine restarts with different electrons this time, and it just keeps repeating and repeating. So this is the process of photosynthesis.